Hello, I'm Nissan Hada from Sydney campus. Today I'm going to advise Alfred and Gina what regarding the circumstances. I think there are two possible business structure which are suitable for a bakery business according to the given information. Firstly, let's talk about the circumstances. The business is owned and operated by Alfred, who suggests that he has more power in business. On the other hand, Gina look after customer service department and register, which means you look after account section as well. It can be clearly notified that both of them are involved in management and control. Similarly, the main motive of the business is not only to generate profit but also to train unemployed people. After analyzing these motives and circumstances, there is a possibility of business structure which can be operated under Partnership Act. Partnership business is a unlimited liability business, which means partners' individual liability is unlimited. There are certain rules and duties about the partnership. Some of them are like fiduciary duty, profit and remuneration, governance and financial control, retirement of partnership, and so on. On the other hand, a proprietary limited company is one of the possible business structure. It is possible because of various reasons. Firstly, a bakery is a small family business, which indicates that it is not a large business with high turnover. Secondly, Mr. and Mrs. White are planning to control and manage the business in operation and customer service and account respectively. Thirdly, not only the profit but also to train unemployed youth in the region. In my analysis, there are two types of business structure. In the case of unlimited liability, partnership business structure is possible, and in case of limited liability, a small proprietary limited business is possible. Out of these two business structure, I want to suggest to go for a small proprietary limited company because of various advantages, such as legal entity. A company acts as a legal person and all activities are run under the company. Similarly, limited liability. Controllers are not personally liable as the member for any default in repayment by the company to uninsured creditors. The company is liable for any activities because a company is a legal entity which acts as a legal person and it is managed by a board of directors. Moreover, there are some requirements to be a small proprietary business structure. Out of three, a proprietary company should satisfy at least two circumstances to be a small proprietary company. Firstly, the combined gross operating revenue for the financial year of the company and the entities it controls should be less than $25 million. Secondly, the combined gross asset value at the end of financial year of the company and entities it controls should be less than 12.5 million. And thirdly, the company and the entities it controls should have less than 50 employees at the end of financial year. Proprietary companies are intended to be used for private businesses of limited size that do not intend to offer equity. That means share to the general public. And it cannot offer shares or debenture to the public. Therefore, I suggest to go for a small proprietary limited company because of various advantages comparison with partnership business structure. The most important thing that should be taken in mind is the corporate shield or the corporate veil. As a legal entity, a company is separate from its member and directors. It, its property is not owned by the members even if there is only one member, and its liability are not liabilities of the members or officers. To be directly liable for wrong or crimes, a company may need a guilty mind. The state of mind of the company is that the director or manager who are the directing mind and will of the company. Apart from direct liability, companies can, like other legal persons, be liable for wrong of their employees or agents. There are occasions when a court will look behind the veil of incorporation and treat the people in control of the company as the true legal person involved. To illustrate a point, I have chosen a case of Salomon versus Salomon. This case concerned claim of certain unsecured creditors in the liquidation process of Salomon Limited, a company in which Salomon was the majority shareholder and accordingly was sought to be made personally liable for the company's debt. Hence, the issue was whether, regardless of the separate legal identity of a company, a shareholder could be held liable for its debt over and above the capital contribution, so as to expose such members to unlimited personal liability. The court declared the company to be reasoned that Salman had incorporated the company contrary to the true intention of the Companies Act, and the latter had conducted the business as an agent of Salman, who should therefore be responsible for the debt incurred in the course. The House of Lords uh, reversed the above ruling and held as the company was duly incorporated, it is an independent person with its rights and liabilities appropriate to itself, and that the motives of those who took part in the promotion of the company are absolutely irrelevant in discussing what those rights and liabilities are. Hence, this case should make Mr. and Mrs. White aware about the corporate veil of the company. The legal fiction of corporate veil between the company and its owners, controllers, was formally created by the Salman case. This case should make it clear that a company can own property, execute contract, raise debt, make investments, and assume other right and obligation, independent of its members. Moreover, as companies can then sue and be sued on its own name, it facilitates legal course as well. Lastly, the most important thing is that a company survives after the death of its members. So, Mr. and Mrs. White should be aware about these things, about the cases and its scenario. Thank you.